So today I'm going to be working on the red Cayman mostly, and try to figure out what exactly was causing it from starting in the beginning. And because right now it has all the electronic components, modules and relays and all that from the yellow Cayman, and we just swapped the yellow Cayman stuff into there to try to troubleshoot it before we started it, and it worked. So one of the components that we swapped from the yellow Cayman into the red Cayman is bad from the red Cayman. So I'm going to systematically swap stuff back, swap the red Cayman's components back into the red Cayman one by one until I reproduce that error that we were getting before that was keeping it from starting. So that's what I'm going to do today, and also just get the wheels back on the red Cayman, put them back down on the ground, both of them, and so we can drive them out of here. And then Noah's wanting to epoxy these floors this weekend. It's going to take us 3 or 4 days to do that because we have to wait between coats and all that kind of thing. So that's what we're doing right now. So here we go. So I'm gonna start with the body control module that's up here under the dash that is used with the key programs to this one. This is the big one here. It's kind of hard to see, but this one I'm gonna swap out first. And then that means the also the key that goes with it will go back over to the yellow Cayman, and then I'll swap the red Caymans back in here and use the red Cayman's key again, see what happens there. So. So it looks like we already found the problem. First component I tried swapping back in, and this is the body control module here. It's under the dash. So so what I'm gonna do is take that module out. I'm gonna open it up for the first time, see what it looks like, see if it's corroded or whatever, and then I think I'm gonna put the yellow Cayman's body control module back in here, and then swap all the other components back into the red Cayman again, with only the yellow Cayman's body control module and the key, and see if, because there was actually 2 errors that we were getting related to the transmission originally. So there might be one other component that's kind of causing problems, and it would just be good to eliminate any, to know what's going on. So I just found one more component that's bad from the original components out of this red Cayman, and it's the transmission control module. So the old one, this one, what happens is you get an error code that says that there's no reverse gear basically and impossible to drive on or something like that. But what happens is it allows you to start it, but you can't shift it into gear. It doesn't release the solenoid on the gear shifter so you can shift it into gear. If I override it with this button here, push that down and then pull the gear shifter into reverse, it still doesn't work. So, but with the yellow Caymans, good transmission control module, which is way dirtier. I did put this through the ultrasonic cleaner, so that could have helped. But with this one in here, what happens is you start it up, you don't get that that error message or anything. So I have it in gear right now, so I gotta shift it out of reverse. So now it'll let me start it, and I can it allows me to shift it into reverse. As you can see, it works just fine. So yeah, so we got a bad transmission control module also from this car. So I think that's pretty much the two components that are bad in this. There might be a couple other things, relays or whatever, but it looks like that's what was keeping us from being able to start it originally. So transmission control module, and then the body control module that's attached to the key that's programmed to it. So anyway, I'm gonna continue to swap components back over here, and one by one, just in case there's something else that pops up. You never know. So anyway, we're making progress. Okay, so I just swapped the the engine control module, the engine's computer. This was the original red one. It's back in there in the red car. And when I went to start it started up for a brief moment, and then it stopped the engine. It actually started up, but only for like 1 or 2 seconds, and then it stopped, and then there was no response with the key after that. So I'm thinking maybe the body control module that's attached, that's programmed to the key right here, is also linked to the engine control module maybe, and they have to they're linked together and programmed together or something like that maybe. So what I'm gonna do is put the red Cayman's module back in. I thought it was bad, maybe it isn't. I'm gonna put it back in here, take the yellow one out, put this one back in, and then try to start it again and see what happens. So okay, got it swapped out, so we're gonna try to start it, see what happens. Oh, I gotta plug the battery in again. Okay, let's see what happens here. Okay, I got it figured out. I had the wrong key. I forgot to swap keys when I swapped the modules. That's why I wasn't getting any response with the key. So let's try this again. See what happens. Kind of had me worried there when I wasn't getting any response. So we get the transmission fault thing again, but last time I got that error message I was able to start it. So let's see if it'll start. So yeah, it will not start. So let's see. Yeah. So it looks like we have a bad control module here, and a bad transmission control module here, and then the other thing that was bad was this this relay over here for sure. So between these three things, looks like I got the door's locked or something. So between these three things, it was So this relay here, that was bad. Here's the old one, and this one's from the yellow Cayman. So between those three things, it was making it extremely difficult to troubleshoot this red Cayman. The electrical problems on it, why it wasn't starting when we first tried to troubleshoot this. So yeah, so I think that's probably all of the problems that we were getting. There could be more, so I'm gonna keep swapping components over one by one, see if I can find any other bad components. So okay, so I'm gonna pull this red Cayman's body control module apart for the first time. This is the one that the key gets programmed to under the steering wheel there, and as you can see, it's pretty corroded, so it's gonna need to be cleaned up in the ultrasonic cleaner, and probably have to take these relays apart to make sure that they're making contact and not stuck or corroded, and all that. So doesn't look too good. Here we go. I'm going to pull it out for the first time, moving it under its own power. I gotta move this stuff. I got the park brake on. Park brake, I put it on when You're good. There it goes. I bet that feels good. How's that feel?
Yeah.
Probably a bit satisfying.
Yeah. Be nicer if there's some chairs in here.
Yeah.
I see. That's good.
guys. So yeah, I recorded this video a couple weeks ago actually, and I'm just now uploading it. If you didn't notice, the garage floors in the video were not epoxied yet, and now they are. So anyway, I promised you guys I would upload this video so you could see the Cayman's drive for the first time. So anyway, they both drive, but as you may have noticed, the yellow Cayman's front wheels are on car dollies, and that's because the steering wheel is locked up. The electrical solenoid mechanism that unlocks the steering wheel so you can turn it is locked, it isn't releasing, so it's locked in place all the time. So that's one thing I need to do before I leave Georgia here. And the other thing is we're gonna flush the transmission fluids in both of the Caymans, transmission fluid in both of the Caymans, and then take the red Cayman for a test drive. It should run fine. Seems to be running a lot smoother. The yellow Cayman's engine isn't running very smooth, so I'm guessing the valves are not sealing up all the way. So it's unfortunate, but that would require much more time and money, and I don't have the time, and Noah right now he's not wanting to do that. So that's something that I guess he'll have to figure out later on. But they do both run, so that is I feel very, I feel good about it. I wish I could have done more, but the situation isn't allowing for that. So anyway, for that, so that's all for now. I'll post another video after, or maybe during our work on it when we flush the fluids out and fix the steering column thing. So, and then the first real test drive, of course, I'll post that. And so anyway, thanks for watching, and stay tuned, I guess, and God bless. Bye.